All right, so have your knees bent in the semi-supine position and the feet sitting about a distance apart, and the arms down beside you with the palms facing uppermost. And we'll just take this time to settle. So when we arrive, all the busyness of the mind, attending to this and attending to that. Just taking this time to have the intention of leaving everything to one side until the end of the practice as best as you can. And when there's much going on, as there is at the moment, it can be helpful to work with our practice, to have a sense of grounding, sense of centering. One of the ways that we create this sense of centeredness, sense of groundedness, is through the breath. The other way is through the bones. The bones have a grounding impact on us. They're solid, hard. So just take a few moments to consider the skeletal part of the body. The skull, the weight of the skull, dropping back into the ground. The shoulder blades, bones of the shoulder blades. The spine, all the vertebrae of the spine. The pelvis, this basket that holds the internal organs. The bones in the arms. And the legs. And the feet. So as you take this time to settle, just consider all the bones and have a sense of dropping into the bones and allowing the bones to settle. And then we consider the breath. Notice the breath. Notice how you're breathing. And then we'll take some sighing breaths, where we breathe in through the nose and we sigh the breath out through the mouth. And there's a real kind of release through this sighing breath. And as you release, allow all the muscles to soften. There. And then place the hands on the belly and feel the boneless belly. And allow the breath to rise and fall here. As you breathe in, the belly rises. And as you breathe out, it drops back. Maybe there's a sense of feeling a little bit more embodied, a little bit more centered. And then to focus the mind a little more deeply, we'll use the count of 4 in and 4 out, where we inhale 2, 3, 4, and we pause. And then we exhale 2, 3, 4, and we pause. And you may choose to include the Ujjayi control of the throat, the ocean breath, where the back of the throat closes slightly, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. The nose is for breathing and the mouth is for eating. So we take this time to feel centered. Let's take one more breath in this way. And then release your hands down beside you. And then take both arms back, interlace the fingers, turn the palms away from you. And from the belly, extend one leg long and the opposite leg long. And point the toes towards your head, away from your head. Yeah. And just breathing out, opening up to the breath. Feel the bones extending and lengthening. And then draw the knees in towards you, into Apanasana. And just pause there in Apanasana. Yeah, just lean into the out breath to encourage the thighs in towards the belly. And release through the lower back. Shoulders are relaxed, arms relaxed. Yeah. Then we'll bring a little bit of heat into the belly by very simply taking the arms down beside you with the palms down, keeping the knees where they are, just for this moment. Draw the chin in so the back of the neck is long, and take the knees a little away from you and raise the feet up in line with the knees to take a look if you're not too sure. And we begin to feel the belly engage here. Drop the back of the waist down, root down through the hands and the arms, the bones of the hands and the arms. And then as you breathe in, just drop one toe down, one foot down, and then return it. And then the other side, so the toe touches the ground, and then return. Breathing into lower, breathing out to return. And feel the back of the waist dropping down. But feel the belly beginning to create a little bit of heat, a little bit of fire in the belly. Let's take one more round in this way. And then return both feet down onto the ground. Return the breath to the belly so the belly becomes soft. Take the arms a little away from the body. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, drop one knee out to the side. And then return it back to the center. And then the opposite knee. And center. So you're rolling over the foot. And you're noticing how the hips respond. Rolling through the lower back. Breathing out to releasing the groin. And then when you next take the knee out, the right knee out to the side, take the left knee out to the side and bring the soles of the feet together into Supta Baddha Konasana. And then take the arms back into like a gentle square. So the elbows are out to the side. Again, the back of the waist drops down. If the arms don't like it, then just place them on the thighs. And just breathe into the belly. And as you breathe out, just encourage the knees to drop a little bit further down. Yeah, just softening and opening. Belly rises as you breathe in and drops back as you breathe out. There's a sense of openness. Let's take one more breath in this way. And then return the arms to the outside of the knees. Bring the knees together and separate the feet. Feet quite wide, kind of wider than the hips. To counterpose that opening. And just pause there. One more breath in this way. And then bring the feet together. Bring the knees in towards the chest, returning to Uttanasana. And then plant the hands on the knees with the fingers pointing towards the feet. Keep the knees together and begin to make small circular movements with the knees. Just easing out the lower back. The arms are relaxed, face is relaxed. Yeah, just massaging out any tightness, any build-up. And with the hands very lightly on the knees, there's more of an opportunity to make those circles nice and large. And then the opposite direction. Feeling into the lower back. And then pause in the center, give the knees a hug. And then separate the knees and begin that opening of the hips as you circle the knees in opposite directions. Keep breathing out to release any tightness. And then the opposite way. One more round in this way. And then when you return to Uttanasana, plant the left foot down. Take the right ankle onto the left thigh. Flex that right foot. Use the right hand to encourage the right knee away from you. So you're lengthening through that right arm. For some of us this will be enough, but if you're taking it further, again, plant the hands down, root down through the bones of the arms, and slowly lift the left foot up so the left knee comes towards you, and encourage the right knee away as you take the breath down into that right buttock. And the breath is steady and easy. Take one more breath here. And then plant the left foot down. Give the right knee a hug. Plant the right foot down. And just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. And then when you center, repeat that on the left side. Bring the left knee in, place the left ankle on the right thigh. Gently encourage the left knee away. Lengthening through that left arm. Flex the foot to protect the knee. Hips rarely feel the same, so one side often a little tighter than the other. And if you're taking it further, plant the hands down. Just very gently lift the foot up so the knee comes towards you, right knee. And then encourage the left knee away as if you're looking to line up the knees. And the struggle is with the breath, not with the body. Breathing into the left buttock and out from that left buttock. Okay. Take one more breath here. And then again, drop the right foot down. Give the left knee a hug, plant the left foot down. Just take the arms a little wider away from the body so that you can windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. And then just center and pause. And then clasp the hands behind the back of the head so the elbows come out to the side. Bring the knees in towards you. And slowly allow the legs to extend upwards as if you are planting the feet on the ceiling. And then return the thighs back in towards the belly and the heels towards the buttocks. It's kind of like a gentle emerging from the belly. The legs come up, the heels a little bit higher than the toes, just opening up the backs of the knees, and return. And again, one more round in this way. Feel these long limbs emerge from the belly, extending up, and then return. And then with the thighs back in towards the body, we'll take them from side to side. So we inhale into the belly, exhale, take them to the right side, and root down through the left shoulder blade, left arm, and center, and then over to the opposite side. Use the opposite shoulder blade, opposite arm, and then center. And 2 more rounds in this way. You need to open up the side body. Again, the belly does a little bit of work. So again, creating a bit of heat in the belly. And when you've taken them from side to side, return back into the center, plant the feet down, release the arms out to shoulder level. And then into your twist, inhale into the belly, exhale. Drop the knees to one side, head opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite way. And have a sense of the bones. this rooting through the arm bones, the heaviness of the legs as you maneuver them from side to side. When you drop the knees down, how the hip bone tends to lift. Maybe the hips are stacked one on top of each other. And this tends to happen when we lean into the out-breath. And when you return back into the center, separate the feet and turn the arms back down the side and just pause there. Stay with the breath. Then that version of the bridge where we take the arms back overhead as we breathe in and come up into the bridge, and the head and knees come together at the end of the out-breath. But have a sense of the bones of the feet as you inhale, come up and you lift those thigh bones, lift the hips, and in that long out breath, and you're either holding the knees or the hands come down, planting the hands down, head, knees together. So just work in your own way, or you're hugging the knees in with the arms, which is a slightly gentler version. But have a sense of the bones and the ground underneath the bones. And then that long out breath, that leaning into the out breath. Decompression. Let's take one more round in this way. And returning to Apanasana, knees to chest. And circling the ankles. And the other way. And then returning your feet back down to the ground. And take some breaths. And then either rolling up or rolling onto yourself to come up to sit. And sitting on your blankets or your blocks. If you're sitting on your block, then kind of sit on the edge of the block so the knees tend to come forward. Last week we worked with taking the arms out to the side without any friction in the body. So we'll just take a moment to revisit that. So the arms come out to the side, the palms are forward. The breath's in the belly. And there's no gripping, no holding on. Face is relaxed. Shoulder blades drop down. Because we think the arms are heavy, they tend to be heavy. But we can move beyond that, staying with the breath. And it's just the in-breath and the out-breath. Breathing into the belly, breathing out from the belly. One more round here. And then return the arms down onto the ground. Pause there, just onto your fingertips. Create a little bit of length up through the spine. And then again, raise the arms up, this time with the fingers on the shoulders, and lift the elbows. And we're going to bring the elbows together, so we inhale, begin that circular motion. Breathing out any tightness in the shoulders. And then the opposite direction. So you're breathing at the top part, breathe out at the bottom part of the circle. One more round in this way. And then allow the hands to drop down. Again, allow the spine to be nice and upright. And then swing this right foot round. So the left foot comes inside the right thigh with the fingers down. And the tendency here is for the right sitting bone to come up. Just gently root down through that right sitting bone so that both sitting bones are down low. And then again, inhale, raise the arms up, interlace the fingers, and then gently open up the left side of the body by encouraging the right elbow towards that right foot. Just come to a place that feels okay. And you're gazing towards the foot, or if the neck allows, you're looking up into the crease of the left elbow. Listen to what feels right. Okay. And then slowly coming up, release the hands, bring the legs forward, and sweep them to the other side, the left side. So the right foot comes inside the left thigh. If that doesn't work, you can always just plant the feet on the mat. Don't overdo it. And then we raise the arms up, elbows nice and wide. So the elbows are kind of equal distance from the ears. And then this right elbow moves up as the left elbow and the left sitting bone drop down. And you're breathing out and opening the right side of the body. Okay. And then slowly back into the center. Release the hands. And allow the legs to come nice and wide now. And plant the hands down into the center. And just begin to gently walk the fingers forward. And this can be helped by bringing the toes into the center, which allows the sitting bones to move backwards. And again, there's no forcing, there's a softening into it. When we soften, the muscles soften. And when they soften, they begin to lengthen. Maybe the fingers come forward, maybe the forearms come down, belly comes down. Okay. Try not to drop the head. Okay. Breathing into the belly, breathing out from the belly. And then creep the hands back towards you. Take the hands behind the backs of the knees and encourage the feet back into the center. And then into Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet come together. And again, there's that gentle butterfly motion into the knees. And if the knees complain here, then simply bring the feet forward so it's softer on the knees. And again, spine's upright, so that tendency to round the back body and the collarbones moving forward. Good. And then from here, take the hands again to the outside of the knees, plant the feet down, just allow the arms to drape over the legs and round the back body. And breathe into that back body. Okay. Fully releasing the diaphragm. Okay. Allowing that boneless body to be soft. And then from here into Janu Shasana. And this is where you can remain on your block or come away from it. We have the legs long. We begin in Dandasana. Backs of the knees drop down. And the right foot comes inside the left leg. And if that right knee complains, you can take the foot under so it softens it, or take the leg out to the side. Or if you're able to, the right foot inside the left leg. And just gently begin to rotate the upper body. Left hand behind you, right hand on the outside of the left knee. From the tailbone, moving upwards into the thoracic spine, into the neck. Just gradually gazing back over the shoulder. Yeah, with that lovely twist through the vertebra, the bones all coming together here. And then gently undoing that as you return back to face the leg. And then breathe in, raise the arms up. And we'll work dynamically, so we're visiting the posture. Exhale, forward bend. And inhale to come back up. Exhale, breathing into the lower back. And inhale to come up. Exhale, forward bend, looking beyond the toes. Feel the length through the lower back. One more time. Exhale, forward bend. And just pause there and soften there. Okay. The belly comes down, that boneless belly comes down towards the thigh. The shoulders are soft, the gaze is beyond the toes. Just coming to a place that feels okay for you. Okay. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale, raise the arms up, return to Dandasana with both legs long. Shake the legs out, drum the backs of the knees. And then the other side, get the left foot inside the right leg. Turn to your right side. Use the back hand to support the raising of the spine. Crown of the head moves up. Shoulder blades move down. The breath is in the belly. Breathing into the belly, breathing out from the belly. Rooting down through the sitting bones. Both sitting bones rooting down to create a little bit more length. Let's take one more breath here. And then unraveling back into the center so the breastbone lines up with the knee. And again, dynamically. Inhale, the arms come up, and exhale, forward bend. Gazing beyond the toes. Inhale up. And exhale. Softening as you breathe out. Leaning into the out breath. Soothing and grounding as you breathe out. Yeah. Next time you come down and forward, pause there. And just settle there as best you can. looking beyond the toes, just gently rooting down through the hands or the arms. Belly comes towards the thighs. Yeah. Softening into it. And you're taking the breath into the lower back, across the lower back, which has now come out of alignment for this Janu Shirshasana. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, the arms come up, take them out to the side, return to Dandasana. Gently direct the toes towards you and direct the toes away from you. Okay. You're just pumping that blood back up into the heart. Sometimes the calves are referred to as the third and fourth pumps of the heart. Okay. And then from here, again, just drum the backs of the legs out. Swing the legs round into Vajrasana. Sit back on your heels. Yeah, pad if you need to, modify if you need to. So sit on your blanket or your block or whatever feels. And turn the palms uppermost, so it lifts and opens the chest, the eyes close down. Again, just drop into the bones. Breath in the belly. So the belly very unrestricted in Vajrasana. Very helpful for any digestive challenges. And then bring the left hand down beside you. Inhale, right arm comes up, looking up to the fingers of the right hand. Lengthen, extend. Bring the right hand down. Bring the left arm up, reaching up into the fingers of the left hand. And return. Take both arms behind you. Lift the collarbones. Gentle Ustrasana. Feel the release through the belly as the collarbones come forward. Shoulder blades move into the back body. Back of the neck is long, chin's drawn down and in. And then sweep the hands forward. And repeat that with the toes tucked under. So tucking the toes under. And again, take the hands back. If you're not able to take the hands back, to place them on your thighs. Collarbones nice and lifted and open. Good. Back of the neck long, gaze forward and down. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And then sweep the hands forward, release the toes, and tap the toes down. And spread the fingers. Cat posture. Inhale, drop the belly. And then exhale. Navel comes towards the spine at the end of the out-breath. Go again here. And feel the vertebra of the spine. Feel the bones in the fingers, feel the bones in the arms. Take one more round in this way. And when you've completed that round, into your tabletop with the gaze slightly forward, bring the hands a little bit wider than the shoulders and a little bit further forward. And just take that gentle movement forward and back. And from here, if you choose to, you may come all the way through. So the arms, nice strong arms, drop the belly down, crown of the head comes up. Breathing out to drop back. And just gaze forward between the hands when you drop the hips back. So we inhale, forward, drop the belly, nice strong arms, crown of the head up. Breathing out, hips all the way back. Looking forward between the hands. One more round. Coming through, drop the belly. And exhale. And this time, pause there in long arm child pose. Drop the forehead down. And take some breaths. So the knees can be wide if they need to be. But make sure that the head's supported. So either place your hand underneath your head, one hand on top of the other. Okay. So there's no tightening in the neck. Okay. And then return to your all fours. Take the right leg back, tuck the toes under. Encourage that right heel down. Open up the back of the knee. And then the other side. Take the left leg back, tuck the toes under. Gaze slightly forward. Okay. And then return. This time, take the right leg back, toes tucked under. Allow the leg to float up, so the foot's flexed. Bend the knee. And just that very subtle movement as you breathe in, as if you're pressing the foot on the ceiling as you lift the knee and work into the buttock. Weight equally through the hands. One more on this side. And then lower the right knee down. Left leg back. Tuck the toes under. Keep the foot flexed as you raise the leg up. Bend the knee. And again, inhale to raise. And then return. Inhale to raise. And return. One more time. Inhale, raise, and return. And when you drop the knee down, gentle transition into downward dog. So maybe the hands come forward, little way, tuck the toes under, just hang out in your downward dog. Hey. And again, drop down onto the knees, hips back to heels, long arm child pose, relax the arms, forehead down, and take some breaths. Good. And just take a look, we're going to come up into frog posture. So we start with a downward dog and then we turn the feet out slightly. Now the head and the arms stay in the same position. It's just the knees that come out to the side as the buttocks drop back towards the heels and return. So we're just breathing out, coming down and return. We do 3 movements like that, then we turn back into downward dog, and then we come into plank, upward dog, and then back into downward dog. Or you can omit that part out and just stay in downward dog. So let's try them together. So come up into downward dog. Tuck the toes under. Good. Turn the feet out to the side. So the toes come out to the side, the heels come towards each other. Good. Keep the head between the arms. Inhale. Exhale, send the knees wide and the hips drop back towards the heels. So the knees come out to the side, good, and the hips come back towards the heels. The arms don't move. The arms stay exactly where they are. Good. And just gently feel that opening. Exhale, knees out to the side. Inhale, return. One more round in this way. Exhale. And inhale. And then turn the feet to face the front of your mat. So the feet come forward. Good, lovely. Come into a plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Good. And then hang the belly down, strong arms, crown of the head moves up. And then the belly and the arms take you back into downward dog. Good. One more round in this way. Plank. Drop the belly. And then the arms and the belly takes you back into downward dog. And then walk the hands back towards the feet so you're coming into a squat. Hang out in your squat. Have the arms inside the legs. If you don't like the squat, come directly up to stand. So don't overdo it on the knees, come directly up to stand. Right arm inside the right leg. Inhale, left arm up. Look up to the left hand. Good. And then left hand down. And the right arm up. Look up to the right hand. And down. And then send the feet down. Inhale and come up to stand. And stand nice and tall in Tadasana. And just take some time to settle into the bones. And with the eyes closed down, feel that you're dropping down into those bones. Notice any gripping of the muscles. Allow the muscles to soften. Breaths in the belly. And then opening the eyes. So feet kind of hip distance apart. Bring the palms together. Drop the shoulder blades down, the back body. Inhale, exhale to the side. And center. And to the opposite side. And center. From the ground upwards. One more round in this way. And when you return back to the center, shake the hands out. Just move the feet a little way. And then we're going to just start by bringing the hands in front and back. And then just begin to move the arms up a little way. Keeping the hands coming together. Good. And then slow that down. Good. Shake the arms out, shake the shoulders out. Preparing for Garudasana arms. This is where you may need a sock. So if you know that the upper arms are tight, then have your sock. Bring the arms out in front of you. Take the left arm under the right and the right arm across. Creep the fingers around so the elbows cross. So you're looking for the elbows to cross so that when the backs of the arms come together, the palms face away. And then you just hold the thumb, hold one thumb and lift the elbows up. Or you can use your strap. This is where you might use your sock between the hands. And then bring the feet together, knees forward, lift the elbows, and look between the arms. Garudasana arms, eagle arms. There's that lovely sense of opening up the back body as the elbows lift. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And then release the arms. Ease the shoulders out. And then the other way. Right arm comes over, under, left arm comes over. Elbows cross, backs of the arms together, palms face away. Hold the fingers or the thumb. And then lift the elbows up, knees forward. And as you lift the elbows up, feel that release in the back body. Hey. The bones of the legs drop down into the bones. Take one more breath here. And then when you release, separate the feet and just come into Chakrasana, swing the arms from side to side in Chakrasana. And try not to drop the gaze, keep the gaze forward. Hey. Good. And then from here, that sets us up nicely for tree posture. So we know with tree posture we can hold onto a wall. Some people like to come off their mats, which is fine. Either we can just have the heel inside the long leg. So just the heel's fine and the arms come up, very much like a tree. We know that with a tree posture it's about our sense of balance. So either the heel stays there or you just gently bring the foot up inside the leg. And the breath in that boneless belly. And the standing leg, the bones are very strong, kind of rooting you down. Good. When you come out of it, come out with control. So you release the arms. You take the weight from one foot to the other, but without lowering the gaze. And then the other side. So either the heel just comes inside that standing leg. You can choose the way the arms come up. Breath in the belly. Soft, empty gaze. When you come down, again take the weight from one foot to the other. Come forward on your mats. Bring your hands to your heart. Drop the head towards the hands. Root down through both feet now. Tune into the breath. Standing vinyasa. Inhale, the arms come up and pause. And exhale, forward bend all the way down, forward bend. Soft knees. Inhale halfway. Hands on the legs, flat back, looking forward. Inhale, soft knees, arms bring you up. Palms together. And exhale. Hands to the heart. 2 more rounds in this way. Deep inhale. Exhale, emptying out as you breathe out. Halfway. Out through the mouth. Pause at the end of the inhale. When you next bring the hands to the heart, pause there. And then we'll lunge the left leg back. So same vinyasa, inhale up, forward bend, halfway, out through the mouth. Left leg back, looking forward. Drop the hips, soften the back knee. Try to get the front ankle underneath the front knee if you're able to. And then root down through the left hand. So maybe plant the left hand down if you can, which will happen when you soften that back knee. And inhale, raise the right arm up, looking up to the fingers, and exhale to lower. And go again, inhale up. And the more that you can root down through the arms of the left hand, the more opening you'll get. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One final round in this way. Inhale up. Pause there. Soften there. Collarbones move forward. Good. And then lower. Coming into standing warrior one. So the back foot is flat, turns out slightly. Inhale, both arms come up into warrior one. Maybe just move that front foot forward. Encourage the left hip forward. Drop into the bones of the legs. Breathing into the belly and breathing out from the belly. And turn the hands to the heart and step the back foot to meet the front foot. Drop the head to the hands and pause now. Same vinyasa with the right leg. So when the in-breath appears, inhale, arms come up. And pause. And exhale. All the way down, forward bend. And pause. Inhale halfway. Out through the mouth. Right leg moves back, finds the ground. Left ankle under left knee, looking forward. Yeah. And then bring the right hand inside that left foot. You can always drop that knee back knee down if you choose to. Inhale, arm comes up. And lower. And again. And lower. Root down through the bones of that right arm. Next time you raise the left arm up, pause there. And the more you root through the bones of the right arm, the more the left arm opens and expands. One more breath here. Lower that hand down. Frame the front foot. Back foot flat, turned out slightly. Inhale, coming up into Virabhadrasana 1. Pause there. Breath moving into the belly and out from the belly. Soft, empty gaze. Jaw relaxed. And from here, moving into Warrior 2. So the right arm comes down, hand moves back, and the left hand comes forward into Warrior 2. Modify your feet so the feet aren't stuck. Into Warrior 2. Drop the shoulder blades down the back body. Soft, empty gaze. From here we're moving into Warrior 4. Keep softening the shoulders. So the front palm comes up and it moves up and you gaze towards the back hand. Now you can either remain here or just as we did when we were kneeling, we linked the hands together and then you gaze down towards the back foot. So the hands link together, the elbows equal distance from the ears. Good. Again, you're lifting up the front elbow. Good. And then release the arms. Center the feet. Chin to chest. Chest to chin. And then the other side, so into Warrior 2. Float the arms up. So the bones feel very strong from the waist downwards. And the body has a sense of lightness from the waist upwards. And then the front palm turns up. And you bring that arm up and over as you look towards the back hand. And if you're linking the hands together, link the hands, look towards your back foot, down towards your back foot, front knees bent. Good. Breathing into the belly, breathing out from the belly. And then inhale, center. Square the feet to the front, interlace the fingers and turn the palms away from you as you come into a half forward bend. Looking to the backs of the hands. Good. And then sweep the arms to the buttocks and slide the hands down the backs of the legs into a forward bend. And just hang out in your forward bend. Keep breathing. Let go of the arms, the shoulder girdle, but feel the legs are very strong here. And then creep the hands towards your front foot, towards the front of your mat. So the toes swivel up and forward into a flank stretch. And then from your flank stretch into downward dog. From your downward dog, come into a plank. Again, the bones in the arms are nice and strong. Draw the lower ribs in, and then gently and with control, soften the elbows and allow the body to come down onto your fronts. And place one hand on top of the opposite hand underneath the forehead. Have the toenails facing the ground, elbows forward, so the upper back's nice and wide. And take some breaths here. single leg raising. So keeping the forehead and the Velcro to the hands. Inhale, one leg up, point the toe, and lower. Opposite side, inhale up, and lower. Just one round, 2 more rounds, or up to 2 rounds in this way. Turn the head to one side, take some breaths. Come into your Sphinx posture, so allow the arms to come forward into Sphinx. And you can either remain in your Sphinx posture or inhale, lift the elbows up into Bhujangasana, and exhale, lower. So we inhale up and lower. As you come up, drop the shoulder blades down the back body. And lower. One more time. Inhale up, lift the elbows, and lower. Good. And then directly into child pose, so bring the hands towards you, come up onto your knees, sweep the arms down by your side, forehead down. Let go of the arms. Good, and then come up to sit. So have everything you need for your relaxation. Coming up to sit. Have your socks on, everything you need, so that you don't disturb yourself at the end of the pranayama practice. Sitting on your blocks. Make sure both nostrils are nice and clear. Going to work with Kapalabhati through the left nostril. The suggestion is 20 rounds, and then you hold the breath in. And then Kapalabhati through the right nostril, up to 20 rounds, hold the breath in. And then Kapalabhati through both nostrils, up to 20 rounds, hold the breath in. And then we'll finish with a gentle Nadi Shodhana. So bring the right hand up, close the right nostril with the thumb, middle finger, index finger at the brow. Passive inhale, slightly more forceful exhale through the left nostril. Deep inhale, close that nostril, lock the breath in. Pause here. When you need to breathe out through the right. Soft out breath. And then up to 20 Kapalabhatis through the right nostril. Deep inhale. Close both nostrils, lock the breath in. And then when the out breath appears, release the hand. Twenty Kapalabhatis through both nostrils. Deep breath. breath in, chest to chin, locking the breath in, and then breathing out. Two rounds of Nadi Shodhana. Close the right nostril, inhale left. Close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. One more round in this way. When you've completed those 2 rounds, release your hand and slowly lie down. Now we're going to return to the bones in this relaxation. But to start with, we're going to tense the body up, really tense the body up by squeezing the hands into fists and turning the toes over. So it's if you're tightening the feet, and tighten around the eyes and the jaw and the belly, and just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then release. Yeah. And twice more in this way. So we squeeze everything together, tightening, contracting, squeezing everything, and then release. Final round. Shoulders up to the ears, tighten around the eyes, the jaw, the tongue, toes, hands, and release. And as you rest, drop into that back body and become aware of your heels in contact with ground. And your shoulders spreading across the ground. And the contact at the back of the skull. And now bringing your attention to your right leg. All the bones of the right leg perfectly supported. And the muscles releasing their grip on the bones. The joints of the right leg, the hip, knee and ankle. And creating space around those joints. The toes and the bones of the toes, releasing. And the skin of the leg relaxing and releasing. And the whole leg heavy on the mat. And now bring your attention to your left leg. And the bones of the left leg perfectly supported. And the muscles releasing their grip on the bones. Joints of the left leg, the hip, knee and ankle. And creating space around those joints. the toes and the bones of the toes releasing. And the skin of the leg relaxing and releasing. And the whole leg heavy on the mat. And both legs heavy. With the feeling of them moving away from you. And now bringing your attention to your right arm and the bones of the right arm perfectly supported, and the muscles of the right arm releasing their grip, and the joints of the right arm, the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist, all releasing and making space around those joints. The fingers releasing, and the bones of the fingers relaxing and releasing. The skin of the right arm releasing, and the whole arm feeling heavy. And now bringing your attention to your left arm. All the bones of the left arm perfectly supported. And the muscles of the left arm releasing their grip. The joints of the left arm, the shoulder, elbow and wrist, releasing and making space around those joints. The fingers releasing, and the bones of the fingers relaxing and releasing. The skin of the left arm releasing, and the whole arm feeling heavy. Both arms now heavy on the ground. And maybe a feeling of them moving away from you. Taking your attention to the belly and release the muscles supporting the organs here. A feeling of warmth and softness of the belly. Bringing your attention to the vertebrae of the spine, perfectly supported. And feel the muscles around the spine soften and spread across the ground. Release the rib cage and the muscles of the rib cage. And feel the whole of the body heavy. And have a feeling of the body moving away from you, dense and heavy. Bring your attention to your neck, perfectly supported, and release the muscles of the neck. Release your eyes and your cheeks, your ears and your earlobes, mouth and jawbone, all completely relaxed and released. The whole of the body now comfortable, safe, perfectly supported, mentally, physically relaxed. beginning now to start to slowly return back into your physical body. Beginning to breathe a little bit more deeply. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Opening the eyes. And just moving your wrists and your ankles. And then very gradually, and when you're ready, rolling over onto your side. Coming up to sit at your own time. Namaste. Good. So we're just going to tap the body because it's quite powerful with the bones and we're relaxing up there. The eyes. And the head. Good. Namaste.